Hey, it's Matt from Tradesman Digital Marketing. In today's video, I wanted to walk you through what is the best match type for service-based businesses. Now, we're only going to be covering service-based business here, not e-commerce, so we don't get confused. E-commerce can use a lot of different match types very effectively. You can use broad match, you can use phrase match, you can use exact match, all very effectively. Where service campaigns, service-based businesses really can't. They're really restricted to certain limitations inside Google Ads. So for this service-based businesses, what should you be using for your account? I would say you should be using exact match and possibly phrase match. Broad match really should not be an option in your service-based business. It will consume the vast majority of your budget if you use it, and it will be going after just copious amounts of search terms, most of which won't be relevant to your campaign, and you're just going to burn a lot of money, get really poor quality leads, and have a very not fun time, to say the least, inside your account. Now, is there a time where you could use broad match? I would say, yeah, if you really needed keywords and needed to find something, you could probably use it for a very limited amount of time, but I would say stay away from them in general. Now, when we build out a campaign, we generally use exact match and a couple phrase match just to figure out terms that would be going off after, and then we generally turn those off later on just because there's not much use in letting them just continuously roam and having to continuously add negatives. Once we find enough exact match keywords and we're happy with the amount of search volume we're going with or we're getting, we just switch directly to exact match, and generally those results are a lot better than phrase match. And with Google's system and the way it's heading, it really wants to automate. So it really wants you to use broad match, phrase match, which are excellent for e-commerce businesses. They're terrible for service-based business. And the reason for this is in e-commerce businesses, you have essentially a sale is a sale. And what that means is it really doesn't matter what keyword it came from as long as it produces the end goal, which is selling your product, we're good. You still make money at the end. However, with leads and service-based businesses, a lead is not a lead. And if you get calls from a keyword like HVAC, tips and tricks, or pool installation companies hiring near me, these are not really high buying intent keywords, and really will cause the person receiving these calls a little bit of frustration because these people clearly aren't in the market to buy from you. And Google doesn't really understand that context, and that's why you need someone managing your service-based campaigns on a regular basis to ensure you're not popping up for these really low quality keywords. That being said, overall, I think for service-based businesses and the way we do them, we use exact match and sometimes phrase match if we need to expand. I get a lot of questions about this. What should I be using? And this is even more important too if you're doing call only ads. I've seen a lot of people, they'll watch my tutorial, they'll go try it out, and they're like, well, it didn't really work that well. And it's like, well, what types of keywords were used? And they're like, well, broad match or phrase match. And it's like, yeah, you really need to, if you're going to use phrase match in particular, you really need to watch the search terms reports and add the negatives over time. And broad match really shouldn't even be an option there. You're just going to bid on everything. You're going to waste a lot of money. But that being said, I would use exact match almost exclusively. And then if you need a few more keywords and trying to get more search volume in the account, add phrase match in for a limited amount of time. Then you can pause it if you want, and then go from there and continue building out your account. But that's how we go about it. I personally think exact match right now is the best due to the actual changes Google has made to exact match. It's gotten a lot more lenient, and any close variant to it will still trigger the ad, which is wonderful. And it's kind of replaced what phrase match used to be. So I really like exact match. That's what we go with the vast majority of the time, and that's what I think is the best keyword for running your service-based businesses. That being said, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to answer them. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day and take care.